Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in and joining me here live. Why is it doing that? There we go. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. Man, this program drives me up a wall. You want to talk? That's the only reason it's grayer right here, guys, is this program. We're working on getting something else, but it costs some money. But it'll work. Welcome. And it is Tuesday, March 25th. We got some great things to talk about today. I hope you're all having a fine day out there. It is going to be a sunny one today here. We are in sunny Central California. Let me pull up this weather app really quick, see if it's went up at all. I think it's supposed to be up to 87 to 87 or 88. Let's see. This one is now saying 86 degrees by 4 p.m. We will probably be starting our second live stream at 4 p.m. So I don't know if you guys can hear. I got to go back. I never go back and watch the podcast or anything like that unless I need to do some screen recording. But we got some extra fans in here today. We are going to refuse to put that air conditioner on, especially with California's gas and electric rates. But we're going to talk about all that and some more. We got some crazy California stuff to show you. Let me jump in the chats really quick. Trina, hello. Old Uncle Bill, hello. Hunter, hello. Pixie, let's see, I might be doing some names. Nola, let's see who else is in here. Texas Bigfoot, what's up? Smith and Wesson 9mm. I gotta call you after this. I'm gonna need you this weekend, bud. Let's see who else. Texas RW doesn't matter. Deb V in the house. Jan Garner. Jan Garner's in the house. Get your guns out. B Mikey's in the house. We're gonna have a great day. Let's go down here. Chris B. Sinner. No, Sinner, we got other plans this weekend. Stay tuned and you will see. It'll be good. It'll be good. And one Sugar Bear, what's up? Krista R, hello. Cade, Texas, what's up, guys? We got some stuff to show you. So this happened. We talk a lot about California. We talk about Gavin Newsom trying to go moderate with some stuff. We got a couple talks there, but one thing, these liberal cities, including San Jose, Oakland, Los Angeles. This video I'm going to show you right now is downtown Los Angeles. Think about this. Think about living in a community where a bunch of hoodlums can just go out, cause all kind of chaos, light cars on fire, and never be held accountable. I promise you, if they wanted to stop these little, what they call sideshows from happening, it would be easy. And guess what? I'm all for people wanting to burn out and do all kind of stuff. I think a good community puts in a place for people to do some stuff, obviously with some safety in mind. When I was younger, we used to drag race. We didn't have, I think it was because of Dianne Feinstein, they were going to have a drag race place where you could play. But because of Dianne Feinstein, they didn't have anything. So what we do? We usually went out far in the country and we would all drag race from 1 a.m. to 2:30. The cops came, everybody left. There wasn't violence. There wasn't shooting. There wasn't burning down cars. We had our occasional accident. And when a car got in an accident, everybody ran and tried to make sure the person was okay. But what we see in places like bankrupt Los Angeles, take a look at this. Fix this. Come on. So sick of this program. You guys don't even know. Pray for me. Look at this. It's out there. People hanging out the window. Middle of the city, downtown Los Angeles. They got fires going. Everybody just hanging out. Look at, oh, there's a fire. Let me put this stolen car right there in the fire. That'll be fun. Look at that. It's I just find it absolutely amazing that we continue seeing this. Nobody does anything about it. A lot of times, there was one yesterday. I don't know where it was. I wonder if I can find it. I doubt I will. I should have saved it, but I wasn't sure where it happened at. And they were hanging out the window doing burnouts through an intersection, and car never seen them. Car had a green light and just plowed right into them. Just scary what we're seeing, guys. And we got to have some law and order. Again, it's one thing. It's one thing to go out and have fun. It's one thing to occasionally go out and maybe speed a little, right? You got that Tesla Plaid next to you, and you think your little Ferrari's quick, and then that Tesla Plaid just leaves you in the dust. That happens. We've all been there. But again, when we're not enforcing anything, again, this is Los Angeles. The same place where it would be racist to have police go show up, right? Because these people aren't white, according to them. There's white people out there. Trust me. Check this out. An LGBT activist teacher in Colorado and her trans husband housed a minor student in their home against the parents' wishes. You know what the police said? You're not going to believe this. There's nothing we can do. I'm going to read this one more time. An LGBT activist teacher in Colorado and her trans husband housed a minor student in their home against the parents' wishes. Police said there was nothing they could do. I promise you, there is these great equipment called the Second Amendment that if somebody has kidnapped your kid, go in there, utilize that, because they are groomers. This is disgusting. I want to play this video right here, and it might shock some of you. It didn't shock me.
How are you? Good. That's all I need to basically hear. I'm just coming by to make sure you're good. You know what I mean? I'm not going to try to insert myself into something that's already sort of in process or whatever you're doing. You know, and yes, by legal standard, you're technically a minor as a 17-year-old. But I just wanted to make sure you're good.
Yeah.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Very good. That's all I need for now, and I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate your willingness to, I don't know, I guess, help me check boxes. Right?
I hear you.
I'm probably going to have to speak with them.
Yeah, they're going to have a meltdown.
Exactly.
He's laughing about the parents having a meltdown.
Hey there.
Hi.
So I'm Deputy Thurber.
Hi there.
And you folks are?
I'm Mom.
Okay.
I'm Renee.
All right.
Mackenzie.
Okay. So I basically went and did a welfare check, and I don't see signs of distress.
There doesn't need to be distress. She needs to come home. She is harbored by these folks and does not have my permission to be here. She is a minor. I don't care if she's a day away from 18. A minor is a minor, and she does not have my permission to to be here.
Right. But again, it doesn't rise to the level of law enforcement involvement. She's not in distress right now.
So I'm sorry, you're telling me that you're not going to...
It doesn't rise to law enforcement involvement. A child that's, you could say kidnapped, right? I would have got out the car with my Glock and said it's going to rise to law enforcement involvement right now. That is my child. Is this not crazy? Is this not crazy?
Physically rip her out of that home? Yeah.
Even if there was an agreement between CPS and her and the mother that
Those are civil agreements, and you're going to have to deal with those on the civil level.
Which is not true. They manipulate the system all the time. I've watched. I've been a manager where some of my employees are in custody battles, and I remember having to give one of my employees a ride home one time, and he was explaining to some of the stuff that he was going to. His mom was at home. Good. Well, I call him a kid now. He's damn near my age, but back then he was. His mom was watching his child. It was his day. When I dropped him off, I sat around for a while because the police were there, and I said, "Hey, you need anything?" And the police had taken the child, which they had no right to do, actually, in this case, over a civil manner, because they said he was not the one watching the child. So the mom was just playing games, but he got there. The child was already outside, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on? Blah, blah." Police saw, "Hey, blah, blah, blah." Later on, he showed me the custody order. When a mother or father has custody, they are not supposed to, they don't have to be right there. It said with him, a guardian, a babysitter, anything. That is his choice. He had to work. So again, this stuff is just crazy. Listen to this.
So even though she is a minor, she has no permission to be here. She's technically a runaway at this point. They're harboring her, and that's okay.
Isn't that?
I mean, we heard you guys laugh up there, so
Yep.
there's obviously something that was fun.
Isn't that kidnapping when you refuse to give a child back?
No.
Seriously?
So
Correct.
what was funny is what I'd like to know.
You know, it's funny. I didn't catch this part when I watched it the first time, but yeah, they were laughing because they're going to have some upset parents. Yeah, I would be upset too. This is disgusting.
You guys were laughing up there? So what was funny?
I don't believe that's relevant.
Well, I do. When you're talking about a child.
And this isn't an old video. This is from a couple months ago. This was January 5th, 2025.
This is a 17-year-old.
She's still a minor.
Minor and child are different, and distress was not seen. I was told distress.
So, yeah, think about it. From this cop's reasoning, and this is what Democrats have done. Remember, at 12 years old, you can cut off your penis. It doesn't matter what your parents say. This is insane. This is insane. There's a difference between a child and a minor. If once you go through the courts at 17, you can get emancipated. You have to do it through the court system. A judge has to approve of that. But our justice system, the way we treat children, he would rather, this officer feels it's okay for an LGBT activist teacher and its transgender husband to be grooming this child in their home while the parents sit outside.
She wasn't a...
There isn't any.
Oh my God. Okay. You guys want a civil suit too?
I'm doing my job.
Are you?
Yep.
Okay. Good job.
So, bottom line is, I can't. Can I go up there and take her?
No.
Why?
In fact, they specifically said that you're not allowed on their property.
These people have literally taken this child. They have...
I don't know. See, I get other sides that say that the child's been thrown out of the house.
No, that's wrong.
That is wrong.
Okay, but
imagine a 17-year-old minor that's being groomed, a child, yes, a 17-year-old child, You know, this just irks me, man, because my daughter is only 18. She was 17 last year, obviously. And if somebody would have told me something like this, because my child, and who's to judge if the child's in distress or not? That would be me as a parent. I know the child. If the child's not home eating dinner at her dinner table, in her bedroom doing her homework, that child is in distress. That child has been kidnapped. And you know what? Again, the community needs to step up. Guess what? Plaster pictures all over this community about these groomers. It is Colorado. But again, I think sometimes the only answer is vigilante justice. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. I don't even know how to say it anymore, man. I just want to watch what I say. Watch what I say. And again, cops have a lot of discretion. A lot of discretion. Whether it's writing you a traffic ticket, while it could be arresting you, they say, yeah, oh, this guy's being a dick, I'm going to arrest him anyways. Crazy. Check this out. I seen this, thought you guys might be interested in this. Prominent Illinois Democrat Jackie Trainier slams child with her car in broad daylight and flees the scene. It says police dash cams caught it all. And it says, are they protecting one of their own right now? You won't believe what's coming. It's a thread, and I'm going to read you out the thread right here and show you some video. It says, Jackie Trainier, Democrat heavyweight and Will County board member, plows into a young boy riding in Bolingbrook crosswalk. Witness is horrified. She left the scene without calling 911. Political privilege run amok again. This cannot stand. It says, witnesses confirmed the child was in a crosswalk with a clear walk signal. Jackie Trainer sat at a red light, then accelerated, striking the boy. Dashcam and eyewitness accounts tell the true story, what was going through her head just to drive off. We demand answers. And here, let me show you this right here. This is the police cam. Now, I'm not going to show you the entire police cam. I'm just going to show you them roll up. This was 14 days ago. This was 3/11/2025. Looks like it's about 8 a.m., a little after 8 a.m. in the morning. And you can see right now the child is obviously on the side of the road right there.
Did you guys get run over? Yeah? Where's the vehicle? Where's the vehicle?
Fled.
Where's the car? What car hit you? Where's it at? Do you know? Where's it at? Do you know?
I got no idea.
So that's that. No vehicle on site. And then it says, witness Jackie Trarin briefly exited her car, approached the injured child, then shockingly drove away. Clear violation of Illinois law. And again, if that was you, if that was me, regardless of what state I am, I'm being handcuffed and prosecuted for a hit and run. Then it says, minutes later, Jackie Trainier casually rolls into Bolingbrook Police Department, feigns ignorance. I'm unsure if I hit the child. Cops saw a large dents and scratches on her hood, covering her tracks. Crazy. Child thankfully not seriously injured, but his bicycle trashed because of impact. And guess what? Jackie was only ticketed for failure to yield. We had a similar story, not quite like this. It was a Fresno State professor, an LGBT Fresno State professor that hit a child, killed the child outside of Hoover High School in Fresno. This was probably 2.5 years ago. I remember Haha was all over it. And Haha called everything out before any of the news did. She goes, oh, this person was high or drunk. It was again, an LGBT professor at Fresno State. Ended up, they were right. They did some screenings. Person had drugs and alcohol in their system, and ended up, the parents had to scream and hold rallies for this person to even be arrested, then was released on bond. I think that person finally got some time in prison. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And again, a lot of times it pays to be a Democrat. Check this out. How many of you guys know who Yeti is? They make, what am I thinking here? They make some of the cups. They make all kind of equipment to keep things cold, keep things warm, ice chest, everything else. Very, very expensive brand. You don't usually see them at your normal Walmarts or anything like that. But when you go to your uppity stores, and check this out. This was Glenn Beck posted this. A conservative women's nonprofit says that Yeti abruptly canceled the group's order and claimed to have done so because the design has the word conservative in it. So it says, Claire Booth Luce Center for Conservative Women. Conservative women. So you can go on to a lot of these sites, and if you want to do a custom order, businesses do it all the time. If you go out to some of these ag shows, these home shows, they'll have Yetis for sale with their brand on it, whether it's a Weber or whatever brand. And they'll be selling them, or they'll be giving them away as giveaways. So this right here, think about this for a second. Because it said Center for Conservative Women, Yeti canceled the group's order. Think about that. I guess Yeti wants to get into the woke conversation. I'm going to pull up the article and read some of it for you all. It says, conservative women's nonprofit says that Yeti abruptly canceled the group's order and claimed to have done so. Because the design has the word conservative in it. The official account for the Claire Booth Luce Center for Conservative Women posted the details about the incident on the X social media platform on Monday. The center is based in Herndon, Virginia. We thought cancel culture went out with 2024, but here we are, said the center. And there's their post right there. It says the organization said that it had ordered mugs from Yeti before and simply needed to restock them. The group put in the order and received confirmation from the company. Then they received an email their order was canceled. I would like to sincerely apologize for the cancellation of your order. Yeti is unable to customize products with text or logos that are licensed, copyrighted, profane, or political in nature, the email said in part. I guarantee if Yeti got an order for 1,000 BLM or Palestinian, or something with a Palestinian flag on there to support Hamas, they would have done it. It says, if there is another logo within our guidelines that you would like to move forward with, please let us know. I mean, think about it. It says political in nature, profane, political in nature, licensed or copyrighted. It says consider, it's literally Claire Booth Luce Center for Conservative Women. You're going to go that far. I think they're going to regret this one. I think they're going to make the cups. At this point, I would cancel them. If they came back and say, you know what, we apologize. We got your order. We got processed. We're putting an expedite on it. Our mistake, I would say, kick rocks. Kick rocks. So just keep in mind, guys, if you're shopping for one of those cups, anything like that, maybe stray away from Yeti. We'll see how this plays out. Now, we've covered the next thing, again, California, a couple times. We know California has the highest gas taxes in the nation. We know that our roads absolutely suck. You guys drive with me tens of thousands of miles a year when we're on the road covering stuff. And it's been proven, it's fact that that our gas taxes don't always go to the roads. They've pulled money out for the high-speed rail that will never be complete. They've pulled money out for things that have nothing to do with your driving from point A to point B. And something that we covered a long time ago, probably back in 2016, is they were doing a pilot program. Instead of a gas tax, they were going to do a pay-by-mile tax. And I guess it's getting revamped. And again, I think the project or the pilot program went from 2016 to 2018. And again, I'm just going to show, once again, this punishes mainly, I would say, lower income people. And the reason why is because, and this is what I don't understand. They say we have more electric vehicles now on the road. Now, I get that electricity in most places isn't as expensive as gas, but you're paying a hell of a lot of taxes on your electricity. So why don't they just siphon some of those taxes off, a percentage, and say, hey, this is for road repair because you're already paying it. I know. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and then these NGOs and these nonprofits and these anti-hate electricity groups won't get their money. Fox News covered this, and I seen it this morning. That's what made me think about this. With more California switching to electric vehicles and avoiding traditional fuel taxes, lawmakers argue that a pay-per-mile system could be the fairest solution. I'm going to put this up on the screen. Tell me what you think.
Investigation. The Fox 26 News at 10 starts now.
Good evening. I'm Monty Torres.
And I'm Liz Gonzalez. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday night.
16 years after they started, the talks continue on the road charge project. That's after SB 1077 was passed in 2014. Paying by the mile is what many California representatives say they think is best, as more people are now driving electric cars and not paying for gas taxes.
Fox 26 reporter Brianda Lemus joins us live now. Brianda, you spoke with the Madera County supervisor today, who's part of the road charge committee. Did he talk about why this project has taken so long?
Yeah, Liz, Monty. Well, Rouse Poitras mentioned to me how, like any other situation, everything takes time. But he also mentioned how he strongly feels about this not being an important topic for legislators in Sacramento, and which is probably why California drivers don't know much about how it works.
This bill is a result of our impending fiscal cliff when it comes to transportation infrastructure, the California Transportation.
SB 1077 was passed in 2016 as a vehicle mileage base fee pilot program. In 2016, there were a little over 300,000 electric cars on California highways. Fast forward to 2025, California now has more than 1.26 million electric vehicles, with all of those drivers no longer paying gas taxes.
Gas taxes are really unpopular to increase. So they tend to stay kind of flat, and inflation erodes the ability for stagnant gas taxes to keep up with rising construction costs.
The road charge program was designed to bring in the revenue that gas tax is not to pay for state road repairs. The project conducted a couple of pilot trials from 2016 to 2018 using a mileage tracking device to estimate what it might cost drivers. But even with the new data, legislators in California may have a tough time selling the plan to voters.
It's very political. It's not going to be popular with the residents of the state of California, because I think many people don't understand. They think that they're going to be paying at the pump plus paying per mile, and that's not the case.
On the road charge website, there's a calculator where you can get your own idea of what your monthly cost would be. The average family of 5 in Fresno is estimated to drive about 2,400 miles a month. That would represent a charge of about $50 a month if the road charge bill passes.
It's becoming more and more critical that we find a new way to raise money for our roads, because at the pump, the gas tax that we're collecting at the pump is diminishing.
The Road Charge Project is meeting at the Fresno Government's Transportation Center April 18th, and Poitras encourages the community to come out and learn more about the Road Charge Project. In Fresno, Brianda Lemus, Fox 26 News.
All right, thanks so much, Brianda. Now, we're told that charges could also be impacted by the model of the car you drive and as well as the size of the engine.
That's right. And now we'd like to know from you.
Penalizing you and the size of the engine. So it's not equality. It's not, hey, you're going to get charged this much. Think about this. Once again, this is how regulation and taxes burden Americans. Now, I'm just going to say, let's say you're a college student and you're an Uber driver. That's what you do in order to pay for your schooling so you can get through college. This is going to affect you more because every mile you drive, if you're a pizza delivery driver, usually not rich people. California always wants to stick it to the rich people, right? They absolutely do the opposite. They hurt middle class and low income people. And let's just say somebody like me, I travel quite a bit. When you think about it, 2,000 miles in a month, 2,000 miles could be a week for me when we are traveling, going back and forth up and down the state. And again, this is not because we need the money. Again, we don't have a revenue problem. Now, if they want to put something in and add to, and I know people with electric vehicles probably not like this, but say, hey, and I don't even think this is fair to add a registration tax or a surcharge tax, because again, I don't believe in that. When they are charging up at their home, and if you look at all the taxes on your locally, it's PG&E, they're already paying taxes. It's just going to a different type of center. And again, why are they doing this? Well, because our roads are crap in California and the highest gas tax in the nation, but the money don't go to the roads. I think the truth is, because of all our regulations, I think Texas could build 8 miles of road for the price that we build 1 mile of road here in California. Think about that. 8 miles of road versus 1 mile. And they can get it done like 100 times quicker. I think we know that with high-speed rail. This is gonna be interesting. And where, how they're going to collect taxes from people. And then what they're going to end up doing is making this a socialist Marxist program. It's going to affect the middle class more than anybody else. They're going to have people that aren't willing to work, that are working for cash, just enjoying their life on welfare and EBT. And they're going to be exempt from this. You just wait and see. Mark my words. Mark my words. It's crazy what California does. And I think today is Tuesday, so it might have been yesterday. We talked about California has 2 bills coming up that would ban men and women's sports, our boys and girls sports, if you will. And they reached out. It's coming through up to the next 2 weeks. I think AB 844 has already went to the assembly. And they asked Gavin Newsom, because Gavin Newsom made a comment on the podcast with Charlie Kirk that, that is wrong. That is not fair to the girls, and I get that. But we got to be nice to the folks that have the illness. So Libs of TikTok posted this today. California Assembly just voted on a hearing for AB 844. It's called Save Girls Sports Bill, which would ban men from competing in girls' sports. Every single Democrat who voted against it. I'm going to pull this up right here. Democrats hate women. Democrats hate anything that goes to protect girls in schools. This is just more evidence and more proof. Look at let's see, I know some of these names, obviously, but there's Joaquin Arambula, the one that wants to give home loans to illegals. Imagine him voting against that, right? It's just crazy not voting. Oh, Esmeralda Soria, I wonder why you didn't vote, because you're scared. Because you don't have a spine. Just take the spine and go with the no, Esmeralda, because we know that's where you stand. There's David Tongipaw. Thank you, David, for voting yes. Jim Patterson, I believe. Let's see. We are living in clown world, folks. We are living in clown world. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. We're going to keep an eye out on that. And hey, don't forget, guys, we have a shop, theoreoexpress.com/shop. If you guys would head over there, buy some of your gear. We got some new Doge gear. And it's just all kind of MAGA gear, Doge gear, pro-America gear. Head over there. Help us out on the platform. Again, we would love to see you out there wearing our stuff, and we appreciate it. We appreciate it. And as well, MyPillow.com has some excellent deals going on if you use promo code Oreo. All you have to do is go to MyPillow.com, search for what you want, whether it's the pillows. I think the pillows are $14.98 right now for the standard MyPillow. They have the crosses now, I think, that are 30% off. All the good stuff. Go over there, check it out. Use promo code Oreo. That also helps us out. Now we're going to talk to some Ghetto Fabulous. I'll give you a picture of her. I seen this and I just laughed, guys. I just laughed. So Rep. Jasmine Crockett assaulted a journalist today, a reporter, as she was walking down the halls in the Capitol, or not the Capitol, one of the buildings. These are the same people that normalize violence. And I want to show you what happened. Reporter being a reporter, it happens all the time in the halls of Congress. Take a look at this. This is from Loomer Unleashed.
Hello, Congresswoman.
Look, ignoring, but listen, is there anything aggressive, violent from the reporter? Let's take a listen.
Hello, Congresswoman.
Horse manure. Well, that sounds like fun.
Wait, Congresswoman Crockett. Congresswoman Crockett, you were recently on a Tesla takedown call calling for violence on the 29th. Would you like to clarify your comments?
He said you were, and we covered that. You were recently on a video call on the Tesla takedown, calling for violence. And he says, would you like to clarify that?
As you can see.
Congresswoman, will you condone violence at the Tesla?
See, man, this time they get away with it. They get away with it. You see, she was in no threat. This is what reporters are supposed to do. Someone's calling for violence. Someone's calling for domestic terrorism. Let's clarify that. Is that what you want? I'm going to show you this again. And then I'm going to show you her response. Again, typical lying scumbag.
Hello, Congresswoman.
Horse manure. Well, that sounds like fun.
Wait, Congresswoman Crockett.
But it sounds...
Congresswoman Crockett, you were recently on a Tesla takedown call calling for violence on the 29th. Would you like to clarify your comments?
As you can see.
Congresswoman, will you condone violence at the Tesla?
Look at that. Right here. She's getting frustrated. And look, she looks right at him. Looks right at him. Comes up. Walking past him. Look. He was nowhere in her way. She's actually going out to the side. Grabs the camera to throw it down. Listen to her response. Listen to her response. This is ridiculous. This morning, an individual attempted to invade my personal safety for a soundbite. Thank you to my colleague, Rep. Tim Burchert, for putting himself between me and the individual to ensure I made it to committee. In a time of division, he put respect and safety first, and I appreciate it. What? Let's go back and see. Rep. Tim Burchert's just walking. Didn't put himself in front of anybody. Look. Look, there he is. She's talking to him right now before the reporter says anything. I'm going to show you this. So take a look. She's back there. She sees the reporter. She's probably, again, didn't want to answer any questions because it's not CNN or the fake MSNBC.
Hello, Congresswoman.
Horse manure. Well, that sounds like fun.
Wait, Congresswoman Crockett. Congresswoman Crockett, you were recently on a Tesla takedown call calling for violence on the 29th. Would you like to clarify your comments?
As you can see.
Congresswoman, will you condone violence at the Tesla?
Oh, man. Once America wakes up, we will get these trash cockroaches out of Congress, out of the Senate, out of everywhere. Again, answer the question. You're calling for violence. We have an open FBI investigation of domestic terrorists. What was it? 4 bombs found in the Tesla dealership in Austin, Texas yesterday. This isn't no laughing matter. You're not a victim. America's a victim of your trashiness. That's all it is. And I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. We're going to have some Tesla videos here in a minute. But I just love the Jihad Squad. Why can't, on the Democrat side, why can't they elect a normal black person? I'm just being honest with you. I have friends that are normal black people. I run into them every day at the store. I see them at the gym. These are like a special retard edition. Listen to this.
Cannot support happening. The Trump cabinet is on track to be one of the whitest cabinets in modern history. And when the government is given unchecked authority, civil rights are often the first to be sacrificed. Without this amendment, nothing in this bill stops an administration from using its reorganization powers to weaken the enforcement of civil rights and anti-discrimination protections. So I don't know why anyone here would be either deafeningly quiet or be opposed to a guarantee that government cannot support segregation. This bill grants the president and executive departments new powers, and it is essential that we explicitly limit these powers from rolling back civil rights and supporting segregation. Now, listen, I'm somebody who believes, in the power of data. So let me offer some data points here. The Department of Housing at HUD, Trump is firing HUD workers in my district, including those that oversee anti-discrimination work.
Because your version of anti-discrimination is actually discrimination. What Democrats have hailed as anti-discrimination means, you know what? We got a quota, regardless of how educated they are, regardless of what their qualifications are. We need a black one. We need a gay one. Oh, we got a tranny over here. Let's elevate the tranny. That's not what this was supposed to be for. Again, and what does it do? What does it do? I watched an episode with Tucker last night and the airline pilot, and she's not woke. She's been one of the, I think, 98 is when she started flying, and she was talking about it, that the DEI policies, when she's in the cockpit of a plane, people honestly look at her like, oh man, is this plane going to go down? Because again, when certain people are put in certain positions because of their skin color or because of what they do into the bedroom, then it makes them all look like that. I mean, think about it. If you're a black person and you've worked hard and you're at the top of your game and somebody sees you as up there, whatever, CEO, captain, fire captain, people Do you want people saying, oh, probably got there because of his color? Because that's what Democrats have done to these people. The people that deserve it are now questioned if they deserve it. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. We got some more Jihad Squad members coming up. Take a listen to this. Oh, my God. I love this one. One married her brother. Just remember that.
You know, Elon and I both are immigrants in this country, and it looks like one of us has bothered to learn the laws of the land. It is completely within the constitutional rights of people to have rights regardless of what their status is. We have due process. We have checks and balances. We know that when people are set for deportation, they have to go in front of an immigration judge.
I hope she gets deported. Due process. This is a pro-Hamas, again, somebody that supports Marxist ideology, roots against America on a regular basis. These are not the people we should have representing us in Congress or the Senate. It's just disgusting. And then we have another one. We're going to talk about Teslas. Listen to this. Even wearing their jihadist
Hi, Congress.
dish towel.
Hi, Congresswoman Miles Morrell with the Daily Caller News Foundation.
Are they paying you well?
Well, that's besides the point. The question is, will you condemn?
I believe you should be
will you condemn
the
the recent attacks on Tesla dealerships?
I can tell you right now that they don't give you a health coverage because.
Listen to how she deflects. Will you condemn the recent attacks on Teslas, on Tesla dealerships? It's pretty simple. Do you support domestic terrorism or are you against it? If they were burning down Tesla dealerships in Gaza, she would be all over the TV right now. Listen.
Congresswoman Miles Morrell with the Daily Caller News Foundation.
Are they paying you well?
Well, that's besides the point. The question is, will you condemn?
I believe you should be.
Will you condemn the recent attacks on Tesla dealerships?
I can tell you right now that they don't give you a health coverage because I'm telling you, this is very dangerous and how you have to walk up against these steps.
But will you condemn the recent attacks on Tesla dealerships?
Again, no answer means keep doing it, Democrats. Keep doing it, soldiers. Come on, soldiers. We need our foot soldiers, our Democrats out there. We need you to be destructive. We need you to continue keying Teslas. We need you to continue planting bombs in facilities. We need more fire bombs. That's the Democrat way. That is the Democrat way. And just to prove that, we got some more videos here. This one, an unhinged woman in California was caught on camera keying a healthcare worker's Cybertruck. I'm going to pull this up really quick. I'll put this on the screen, then I'll show you the video. Cybertruck vandalism. I don't care what someone's opinion of Tesla or Elon Musk, but it's never okay to vandalize someone's private property. I showed up at work at 7:45 on Friday, March 20th, as I am a local healthcare worker. At noon, I went out to my truck to eat lunch, and I noticed my Cybertruck had been keyed along the left side panel. I looked at my surveillance video on the Tesla, and the lady who looks like she was leaving Crunch Fitness in Pacific Highlands Ranch at 10:03 a.m. walked by my truck and keyed it. I don't know this lady. I've never met her before. She doesn't know me. I'm just trying to show up to work, make a living, and go home safely to my family. This is completely unacceptable behavior. I post this to make it known that this woman is conducting this type of behavior, and your vehicle could be next. I feel sorry for her, and I wish her the best in life. Let's watch the video. These people are miserable. Again, not one Democrat has condemned this. Not one Democrat said, hey, wait a second, we shouldn't be doing this. Listen to this one. It says, my friend who owns a Cybertruck just sent me this. A man licking and sucking on his fingers so he could rub it on a Tesla. Man, these people have no clue these cars have cameras. Take a look at this. A lot of them old white liberals. Got a Mercedes right there. Looks like a Florida license plate, too. It looks like the orange in the middle, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he'll be identified. Like, literally. I don't walk by cars every day that have Bernie stuff. When we're out of town, we do. When we go to, like, D.C. or parts of L.A. where they still have their Biden-Harris, when we were up in San Francisco, I don't think of keying their cars. I just chuckle. What is wrong with people, guys? What is wrong? This is at Claremont Resort and Club in Berkeley, California, the home of free speech, right? Berkeley? Take a look at this. Old raggedy hag. Old raggedy hags, just like the ones we seen at the Tesla takedown protest. Somebody should get those sticks and beat her with them. So again, Berkeley, California, be on the lookout. Just a sweet old lady. Just a sweet old lady. No, a bitter old hag. A crying Democrat hag. That's all that is. It's crazy. It's crazy. What's this one? A man in North Carolina had his Tesla shot with a BB gun while he was driving. It shattered his window. And of course, Democrats will be extra excited because the guy was black.
We have a family,
the party,
we got
the
kids,
Democrat party, the party of the KKK.
Jesse Martinez hits the highway in his Tesla Model
Oh, no,
S.
he wasn't.
Oh, it drives
He was
fantastic,
Hispanic.
yeah.
But now it feels risky to drive. Investigators say someone shot out his driver's side window with a BB gun as he drove through the town of Zebulon late Sunday night.
We have a family, we got kids, so who knows if that would have gone through and I was driving with my kids or, it would have hit my buddy or something.
Vandalism and threats against the electric car brand continue to rise throughout the country. Authorities cracking down on public backlash against Tesla CEO Elon Musk and his involvement with the Trump administration. FBI Director Kash Patel calls the acts of vandalism domestic terrorism, adding those responsible will be pursued, caught, and brought to justice. In southern Wake County, Tesla owner Jeremy found the words Nazi carved in his vehicle. He purchased his Tesla in 2019 and says he's unfairly targeted.
Driving around previously, I've had folks roll coal on me or give me the middle finger or things like that, cut me off, pretty aggressively on purpose.
Pay attention. Just pay attention to your surroundings. Be careful. Unfortunately, we're just in a crazy time at the moment.
A warning from one Tesla driver to another as the electric vehicle brand becomes the subject of political violence.
Yep, Nazi is the new Democrat logo. That is how they tag. If you're a Democrat and you're a tagger Democrat, which they seem to be converting to, it's the swastika or this. Now check this one. This woman, Carrie, says our Tesla Cybertruck was vandalized this weekend in New Hampshire. While staying at our hotel, our vehicle was keyed within an hour of arriving. It says James, Jim, Pellis, and Chuck Smith either didn't know or didn't care that they would be recorded. Charges pending. Class A felony in New Hampshire. Take a look. I love this. They got popped. Was that one pull up right next to the Cybertruck? Look at this. What is in these people's mind? This is Trump derangement syndrome, Elon derangement syndrome. I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that these folks don't regularly go out and commit crimes. At least physical property damage crimes. They probably do when they see a Trump sign or a Trump bumper sticker. But these folks are living they're probably upper middle class. They don't go out and put themselves in jeopardy or danger. And here they are. Look at this guy. Keying the whole side. And you know, I noticed watching these videos and we look for them, we see where it's happening out and where it's going, is these folks, I get a little bit more triggered over those Cybertrucks. So again, if anybody wins the lottery and wants to hook a brother up, I'm right here. Take a look at this. This is the backside. This is him and his buddy walking away. And how about this one?
No. You don't know what happened? No. Okay. Want to see somebody, please? Yeah. You as well, sir.
They didn't expect that, did they?
So, you want to talk about what happened here? No. Okay. I don't know what happened. You didn't see that Tesla? No. Okay. But we have one. Okay. So,
we got to find out a little bit more about them. Hopefully the internet's doing their job on James, quote, Jim Pellis. But again, Class A felony in New Hampshire. I like that. I love seeing justice right there. Let's hope they get justice. I love this. Listen to
the Democrats
are Speaker Mike Johnson right here, because it's so true. It's what we talk about all the time. I don't know why they're always years behind us, but at least they're coming
Axios
around.
reported yesterday that Democrats are, quote, in their deepest hole in nearly 50 years. Not a mystery. Everyone understands what's happening and why. In their haste to oppose President Trump in our efforts to make government more efficient, Democrats are cutting off their noses to spite their own face. Look, I've made a list of this. They're cheering the decline of an American company which employs over 100,000 workers. They refuse to celebrate the return of stranded American astronauts because SpaceX facilitated their return. Without a hint of irony, they're trading in their electric vehicles for SUVs, as was noted earlier. All right, they publicly refuse to stand for a childhood cancer survivor, victims of violent crimes during President Trump's joint address. Their message has gone from, it's more than just anti-Trump now, it's anti-American.
It's been anti-American for a while. Again, very similar to a lot of the other mentally ill folks like Pissant and stuff that get fixated on something. This is my excuse to do this. And it's just their excuse to justify their horrible behaviors. And that is what we are seeing right now with the Democrat Party. We've seen it time and time again. These people have no low. They're hypocrites. It's just crazy. Let me hit this up really quick. Let's see if this pops up on the screen for you all. Let's see. Give me a second. Let me get this up on here. Oh, I think it's on there now. Maybe. Nope. Well, when it pops up, I got to remember to say I'm trying to get the ad up, but it went away. Let's see. So it's not going to let us. That sucks. Breaking, Ninth Circuit has just overturned a district judge ruling. Now, we have a second show. We don't have time in the first show to get through all this. This was from Nick Sortor. The Ninth Circuit has just overturned a district judge ruling which required President Trump to continue bringing refugees into the country, per Politico. This is a huge win, Nick states. Trump can now pause all refugee admissions as that program has been abused. Oh, there we go. There it is. Check that out. We'll get back to this. Weak coffee is for the weak, and at Rumble, weak has never been part of the mission. No fillers, no fraud, and no settling for mediocrity, just like 1775 coffee. It's a single origin, small farm, hand-picked, specialty grade coffee that stands for quality, free speech, and calling out BS when it matters. Forget stale, mass-produced beans, roasted just enough to hide the flaws. Dark roast hits like a Trump tariff. Medium roast keeps it bold without bitterness. And Vitality Mushroom Blend, real energy and lasting focus, no synthetic garbage. For K-Cups, whole beans, or fresh ground coffee, go to 1775coffee.com. Use promo code STUDIO. Studio will get you 15% off and start your morning with coffee that stands for something. Oh, and every dollar spent enters you to win a Cybertruck or $30,000 cash. Again, if you win that and you want it, you can either give me the $30,000 cash or the Cybertruck. We appreciate it. So go check out 1775coffee.com and use promo code STUDIO. All right, so it's going to take a minute for that to get off, because I don't know why. But let's move on. Again, the Ninth Circuit Court has just overturned a district judge's ruling which required President Trump to continue bringing in refugees into the country. Remember, we've talked about these activist judges. We've talked about what they've done, how they've done it. And again, they are acting as president. So Trump said, hey, hold on all these refugees coming in. We have an issue right now. We're going to put a halt to all this. We're going to get things under control. We got a lot of deportations to do. We got to figure out who's coming into the country. And a district judge says, nope, you got to keep letting the refugees in. Well, the Trump administration fought that. And now a Ninth Circuit judge has just overturned that district judge ruling. So we're going to get into more of this on our next show. Our next show is about 3 hours away. And then we had another one. We've talked about all these activist judges. Check this out. The Fourth Circuit judge just halted, or the Fourth Circuit just halted an activist Judge Chong's, remember we showed you Chong, order, which required Doge's access to much of USAID to be suspended. So again, you had this activist judge said, oh, well, you can't be in here. You can't do this. This is again from Nick Sortor, and it says President Trump, Elon Musk, Doge just scored a win over the activist judge who tried to force him to reinstate USAID. An expanded ruling could come later this week, but as for now, the appeals court is pumping the brakes on Judge Chong's BS ruling. And here's a copy of that order right there. It says, on the defendant's motion for an administrative stay, the court orders that the district court's preliminary injunction dated March 18th, as clarified by its order dated March 20th, be stayed and hereby is stayed until the close of business of Thursday, March 27th. Little wins, but we got to take them, right? We got to take them. And then also we have this judge, the activist judge, with these flights that we're sending these gang members to El Salvador that says, I want to know when the plane left, where it was at when you received the order, all these things, classified information, if you will. And this was Trump's response, AG Bondi's response back to that judge that's threatening the Trump administration right now. And it says the executive branch hereby notifies the court that no further information will be provided in response to the court's March 18th, 2025 minute order based on the state secrets privileges and the concurrently filed declaration of the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Homeland Security. This case about the president's plenary authority derived from Article 2 and the mandate of the electorate and reinforced by longstanding statute to remove from the homeland designated terrorists participating in state-sponsored invasion. So it goes on, and they're like, you can ask all you want. We're not going to oblige anymore. We're done with your games. We're done. Again, every time one of these judges makes a ruling, within 24 hours, there's information about how their daughter works for one of these NGOs, how their wife gets NGO money and is an open borders advocate, or all this other stuff. Such a conflict of interest, it's not even funny. Speaking of this, and we don't have a whole lot on the immigration front today, the illegal aliens,
State
but
policy,
listen
our
to
state
this.
law. We're not going to allow this mass deportation. Where we will cooperate, and I did this even under the Biden administration. If you have a warrant, or you know someone's on a terrorism watch list, or committing crimes in their home country, or committing crimes here, that's a different category, and I will help you with those to protect everyone, whether they're newly arriving New Yorkers or whether they've lived here their entire lives. So that's real clear to me. But don't bleed over into going to schools and sensitive places. So our state policy, our state law does not allow for our state police to be involved in those situations.
The funny thing is nobody's asking for that. This is where they fall back and lie and try to mislead the public. Nobody's asking for your police to go out and search for these criminal illegal aliens. That's not what they're asking for. Your jails, your police officers, when they do arrest somebody. Oh, Hector from Venezuela just raped this 12-year-old. We're not going to notify ICE. ICE is asking for you to notify them. The federal partners want to be able, so when they get out of jail, they can detain them and not let them back on the streets to rape another child. And Democrats have an issue with that. Democrats want these people freer than me and you. And it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Speaking of that, look at this. Breaking, 2 Mexican nationals, Ricardo Daniel Mondragon, Lil, 37, and Jose Juan Prudencio Diaz, 36, are under arrest in Miami for raping a 14-year-old boy on Thursday while in the sauna of a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. Look at this.
Arrested and went before a judge who agreed with those 2 men who are named Jose Prudencio and Ricardo Mondragon were on board the Royal Caribbean ship Independence of the Seas, according to arrest paperwork. A 14-year-old boy who was also on that ship told investigators he was in the sauna on March 20th, along with both men who he did not know, when they exposed themselves, molested him, and he says one of the men, Mondragon, raped him. Both men were arrested and went before a judge who agreed with prosecutors who asked that the men be held without bond.
Defendant in this case acting in concert with another defendant. They were both on a cruise. This shows that they tried to target a specific minor, and this could be done again.
Both men are facing several felony charges, including lewd and lascivious molestation of a minor. Mondragon is also charged with sexual battery of a minor. Those 2 men.
Thank you, Biden. Thank you, Kathy Hochul. Thank you,
Ricardo
Gavin Newsom. Thank you, Attorney General Rob Bonta. These are the people's backs you have. You have their backs, where you have just sickening. That 14-year-old boy had nobody standing up for him. If these people weren't allowed in the country illegally, that 14-year-old boy wouldn't have been sexually assaulted. He wouldn't have been raped. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. And Department of Homeland Security came out. Kristi Noem, Secretary Noem said one of them has HIV. Both have ICE detainers on them. We will get these sickos out of the country. So, good chance. Don't know which one has HIV, but that child probably now has HIV as well. I don't know how anybody, these people that were waving their damn country's flag in my country, you can go back. I don't care if you're an American citizen and speak English better than me. Either love the country you live in or live in the country you love, folks. We're done with the games. And it's getting to a point right now where Democrats are pushing back hard enough that I think you're going to see patriots push back even harder. Don't forget, guys, we are 100% viewer funded. If you want to help out, we have some stuff coming up. We need your blessings to do that. You can go to Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, or we have our GiveSendGo link at the bottom there. It's givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. And we also have a Zelle link. You can head to our website, theoreoexpress.com, and scroll down the homepage a little bit and you'll see donate now. Again, we are 100% viewer funded. You guys make it all possible. I want to thank you for those that have helped. And again, we will see you in a couple hours for show number 2. God bless you all. Have a good rest of the day. And don't forget to subscribe, have your notifications on, guys. We will see you soon.